In the previous video, I said everything is a file in Linux, even hardware devices except for the networking card interface, the network card, which is a device that connects your computer, of course, to the internet. Now, if you haven't seen the previous video, I highly recommend you watch it first before watching this one. It's just 5 minutes, so it will not take too long. Anyway, in this video, I'll be explaining how the Linux operating system implements networking and why it still adheres to the everything is a file in Linux, the everything is a file concept. And similar to the previous video, I will start with an example and explain along the way. So let's say your computer does not have a networking card, does not have anything that allows it to connect to the internet. And you want to connect, of course, to the internet. So you bought an NIC and connected it to your computer. What happens next? First of all, the NIC sends a signal to the kernel saying, for example, hello, I'm here, or something like that. Then the kernel checks what drivers correspond to this device and installs it. Now this is almost similar to what happens in the previous video for every device possible. Every time the device sends a signal and the signal installs the driver. But what happens next is different. So after that, the kernel really adds the NIC to its large data structures stored inside memory, so it doesn't create really a file representing that device. However, it creates configuration files. These are not device files, these are configuration files. So technically, you cannot use these configuration files to use the device. These files are only used to configure the device, the NIC. And these files, these configurations are stored in the sys class net directory on your computer. Now, I want you to keep in mind that some NIC cards can have multiple ports, Ethernet holes, network interfaces, call them whatever. They are the things that connect the card to the router. Anyway, I'll be calling them interfaces for now. For example, if you're using your laptop, probably it will have two interfaces, one for the Wi-Fi and another one for the Ethernet cable. So by default, the home NICs would have two interfaces. So the kernel creates a folder and files describing the interface configuration. Each interface will have its own folder with its own configurations. For example, one of the configurations is the MAC address. Another configuration is the MTU, which is how large the packets or the frames should be. So up to this point, the kernel tries to adhere to the everything is a file concept by creating these configuration files. Now, you can simply reconfigure the network devices by just editing these files. But this is really only configurations. What about using the actual network device? Well, sadly, if you want to use the device, your application needs to use the kernel's system calls. Basically, you need to tell the kernel, please create a virtual file for me. That virtual file will represent the network device. Now, keep in mind that this file doesn't really exist on your system. It's just something that the kernel creates in memory and provides to the application an ID for that file. So, from the application perspective, it still is a file, but in the kernel, it's different. It's just some kind of trick to trick the application to believe that this is a file. Now, these kind of files are called sockets. For example, here in C or C++, you would use something like this. You would say socket, which will create a socket, a virtual file representing the network device. And when you use socket in C, you tell the kernel, come on, create a virtual file. And then it will return that file ID to the application. So the application thinks that it's still a file. It is a file. So again, this virtual file represents the device, similar to the device files we saw in the previous video. However, this does not exist on the file system. It just stays in memory and handled by the kernel. And oh yeah, they call the file ID a file descriptor. This is in the world of computer science, sadly. Keep in mind that different programming languages implement these a little bit differently, but don't worry much about it. Anyway, it's just a number, literally a positive number, any positive number. Now, despite the complexity of network devices, the kernel tries as hard as it can to make it look like everything is a file from the application perspective. I know that after you watch this video, you'll be like, but wait, this is not a file, it doesn't exist even in the file system. Well, to the application, it appears as a normal file. It has a file descriptor, which is on file ID. So from the application perspective, it still is a file. So the kernel tried really as much as it can to abstract that thing. But there are some devices, even though they exist on the file system as device abstraction files, the driver abstraction files, whatever, they really are not used like that. For example, take into consideration the GPU. It has a device file. It exists here in the DRI directory, in the DRI directory. However, we are not really using the GPU like that. We never use it like that. Every time we want to use the graphics hardware, we use it with system calls. We do not use the file abstraction interface. And that would be for another video. If you are interested on how the computer, your application, talks to the GPU in Linux, please let me know, because that's a huge process by itself. And if you want to know more about the networking in Linux, how the driver is configured, for example, virtual interfaces, if you have virtual machines maybe, or anything, please let me know down in the comments. And thank you for watching. Huge thanks to everyone who made this video possible. Yeah, it's you guys who made this video possible. And all who commented, shared, liked, or even disliked. Maybe some thought also that I'm German. I'm not German, by the way. Love you all, fellas, and see you next time. Peace.